Zoop. Okay, hey, we are back here. We are back. Thank you for sticking around. So much more to talk about in the second part here. Let's recap a little bit of what happened last week. We, as a team here at Northern Life and Northern News Now, we hung out a lot and did a lot of fun stuff. And speaking of Northern Life, I just want to show a couple of fun little highlights that we showed on Northern Life. So let's watch this. There we go. We did a little segment on Northern Life talking about this Movie Mondays with Matt segment, and we showed this is the video we put in. There was us from the Blues Brothers. There was Ninja Turtles prior, as I actually stenciled Elwood on my fingies there. This was from Jaws. I was Quint from Jaws there. What is next after this? Annabelle scared the bejesus out of Madison. She actually was terrified of that Annabelle costume. Here's Toy Story. You horror fanatics might see him dressed as Chucky for this. And this is from this morning. I squeezed this one in. And then after that, they started showing a little highlight reel of just different projects I've worked on. So here's some of the stuff I've worked on. This is one of our most recent toy videos. We make a lot of retro toy-looking videos over the winter. Here's one of my award-winning films called Devils in the Details. Here's from Gravedigger Dave. My buddy Keith filmed that one. Here's from my Goosebumps documentary. And then, whoa, my most recent one, the King of Halloween movie special, Part 1. That is coming out very soon. I'll be talking an awful lot more about that coming up. And then this is our previous King of Halloween film here, the King of Halloween Scary Stories. So I'll go back to camera here. And we had an awful lot of fun on Northern Life. That will be airing later on today. We just talked about the segment in general and why the segment exists and just the kind of fun that we have on the show here and all the toys and the bits. And yes, it's entertainment and, you know, it might be a little obnoxious, but it's fun. And that's my whole point behind this segment is some days it's a heavy news day and sometimes the news can get to be a little much with some of the depressing stuff that has to be told. It's our job to tell people what's going on, and it's my job to come on and help people escape from that for just a few minutes. Just a few minutes a week. I'd like to bring a smile to your face and entertain and inform you a little bit by talking about the box office and dressing up in stupid costumes and being obnoxious and irritating the hosts because that's entertainment. And I do it for you guys, because I love you guys. And thank you for tuning in to this. So, that was our Northern Life segment. That'll be airing a little later on today. So then, let's get into my weekend recap a little bit. Starting with Northern Life, that is kind of how we started our weekend. We shot that before the end of the long weekend. So here we are. Here's just me irritating them in between takes during Northern Life. It was good. It was fun. They had to fill in because Rye Guy and Killer, I like to call him Killer, that's Hunter, they were both gone. They had different things going on, so these two had to fill in. They did a great job. And here we go. Then, after all that, we went to the Never-Ending Pasta Bowl. Yes, a fall tradition here. It's one of my favorite things to do, is to go to the Olive Garden, do the Never-Ending Pasta Bowl, and we had this on our calendar for weeks. We couldn't wait for Friday to come. And for those of you who have never had the Never-Ending Pasta Bowl, it's like the greatest thing ever. It's exactly what it suggests. Endless pasta. And you get to choose from different styles and different sauces, and it was great. And it was a good team bonding experience, and we asked a lot of pressing questions to one another, and, you know, just, it was fun. The togetherness was great. So there's us there. We all had like 3 or 4 bowls. Oh, here we go. And then, last night, I was invited to a movie premiere. This is my buddy Hunter on the right there. He's holding a screen-used piece of flesh from his film. It just came out called Beyond the Pasture. Just a second here. There we go. It's called Beyond the Pasture, and it's this ominous, you know, it has a lot of 80s vibes to it, like a horror movie, and it is his first movie, and it was this big premiere event. He had the cast and crew there. We'll jump to a picture. Here we go. Here's the entire cast and crew. They were all great people, really fun. The two on the left were the two stars of it, and I don't want to like give it away or spoil anything that happens in the movie. It is very fun, and everyone did an amazing job. It was their first time working on a film together, and they're actually going to be showing it again in November here for Twin Ports Horror Shorts Volume 2, and we'll get into that a little further on. I have a submission as well. It's a King of Halloween thing, but I'm going to plug other things until then. And also Hunter on the bottom there, he's a well-known rapper in the area here. His alias is Ill Fortune, and he has a new album that just dropped under a different name. And it just came out, and the music video is doing amazing. So he's a good guy to reach out to if you're working in the film area like us. And then, yay, what's this? I went to Spirit Halloween, and I bought a piece of this costume. I jotted my name down there, the King of Halloween and the Twin Ports Ghostbusters. And here we go. And this is from this morning, a piece of the costume I bought from Spirit Halloween. And there we are with the toys, me as Venom not being able to see anything on the TV. It was another great segment this morning, and if you're not tuning in, please do. And here we go. Last week I showed you my King of Halloween movie poster, the final poster. This is the teaser poster. Very teasery, as you can see the 5 artifacts at the bottom, just the outlines, and just the outline of the King of Halloween. And then we're going to move right along to, what is this? I'm going to show you the teaser trailer to the King of Halloween movie special, Part 1. It's all local. It's opening October 16th, and there won't be any audio playing because I do have some copyrighted music in here. But this is all shot in this very studio that we're at here. The King is coming into the studio. He's getting ready, putting on his Halloween vest, his Halloween crown, his Halloween cape. Oh, there's his Halloween scepter, his Halloween fingies, the Halloween lights, and there's the King of Halloween. And there we are. Fall 2025 is when it opens. And I will go back on camera here and tell you a little bit more. So, October 16th is the day that we chose, and that'll be showing at the Cinema downtown here, another local premiere, and it will be a free screening. So anybody who wants to come, please come out. All are invited. I just ask, like, it's first come, first serve is the thing, and I don't want to have to turn people away. So please get there early if you're going to come. The whole cast and crew are going to be there. We're all going to be in our costumes, our screen-used costumes. We're going to have a little place where you can take pictures with everybody. We're going to have a few snackies for everyone. Then we'll have a little pre-show, the movie itself. Then we'll have a little after show, which will just kind of be a Q&A with everybody. And then you get to kind of hang out with us for a while. So it'll be a fun time. So October 16th, put it on your calendars. If you're curious to hear more about the King of Halloween movie special Part 1, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the plot later on, I guess. Well, we kind of covered most of the things. I'll tell you a little bit more about the King of Halloween movie then. It kind of recaps the King of Halloween's life. The first 30 years of his life told through home videos and pictures and movies that he has made and ghost hunts he has gone on and just all these different Halloween shenanigans all put in chronological order so that you learn about him and his influences. I say him, me. I'm the one. I'm the King of Halloween. And that is what the movie is all about. So it's a lot of me narrating, but it's an anthology film. So I'll come in and toss to the first segment, which recaps a certain chunk of my life. The first segment is about my schooling years from from birth up until like graduation, basically through 12th grade. So that's recap 1 and all of the influences I had throughout that time. And then recap 2 is my college years, and so on and so forth. And it keeps coming back as though, like, you know, we're horror hosts, the Crypt Keeper and stuff, and we introduce more horror hosts / friends that show up to help, and a lot of fun and shenanigans ensue, and it's a story-driven wraparound, which is great. So there's your little recap there of what the movie is. I'll talk more about it as we go in, and I may or may not even have a guest or two show up from the movie itself. And yes, I'm going to be plugging my movie a lot because why not? It's a local movie. It's spooky season. Today is the first day of fall. It's time for this. It is time for Halloween. So, on that note, thank you for tuning in, folks. Let me tease a little bit for next week. Next week, my flick of the week is another spooky one. It's funny spooky, and it's a classic that me and my friends watch every year for Halloween. And we've got some fun bits. I already have some ideas figured out for next week. So please tune in on Monday to see that new flick of the week, and then tune in back here, and I'll tell you more about that flick, box office, weekend recap, and then a little bit more about King of Halloween the movie. So take care, my friends. Happy first day of fall, and stay spooky.